a player of Camavinga's quality shouldn't be scared, oh, he has to play left back because, oh, Mendy's out, or Fran Garcia isn't of that caliber to play in a big Champions League game. So what are we doing here? What was Florentino Perez doing? Because, like I said in previous videos, yeah, I've read the comments and I've read the comments again. And some people are also putting partially the blame of how Madrid are actually performing now towards Florentino Perez. Because Perez is the one who's going to make all the transfers happen. He's the one with the big bucks. He's the one that's going to put forward proposals for this player, that player, with Carlo Ancelotti as the manager who sees, okay, this position, we need strengthening. So what the hell did we do last transfer window? Nothing. Guys, what are we doing? What is Real Madrid doing as a football club? Because the news today came in, and before I go into that, hi guys, my name's David. This is Madrid Fan TV. As you can clearly see, I'm not in the best of moods. The news in that Mendy's injured. Now, it may not be as serious as it first seemed, but an injury is still an injury. He said there's obviously news saying that, yeah, he's going to return for Sociedad. Yeah, and it's not that serious as it first seemed. But the scares that we're having, obviously Dani Ceballos is also injured, and even I'm not Dani Ceballos' biggest fan. Yeah, an injury is still an injury. So in the last transfer window, what were Real Madrid doing? What were we doing at all? Yes, Mbappe came. Yes, Endrick came. But the situation still stands. If there are major positions in this team that need boosting, why didn't we go out and get the players to boost those positions? What was Florentino Perez doing? Because, like I said in previous videos, yeah, I've read the comments and I've read the comments again. And some people are also putting partially the blame of how Madrid are actually performing now towards Florentino Perez. Because Perez is the one who's going to make all the transfers happen. He's the one with the big bucks. He's the one that's going to put forward proposals for this player, that player, with Carlo Ancelotti as the manager who sees, okay, this position, we need strengthening. So what the hell did we do last transfer window? Nothing. Nothing. Endrick Mbappe, bang. You know, this was not new news. Yeah, this wasn't new. We knew Mbappe was coming. We knew Endrick was coming for years. Yeah. So the situation is, oh, the big unveiling of Mbappe, the unveiling of Endrick, overshadowed by the fact that we need strengthening in a lot of positions, especially in midfield, and obviously defence. Because if the left-back position isn't occupied by Mendy, obviously Fran Garcia comes in. But I've seen before where Camavinga has had to fill in that spot. And it's annoying to see a player of Camavinga's quality having to play left-back. It's annoying. It's really annoying. And I can't stand it. I really can't stand it, because Camavinga is probably one of the world's best talents in that central midfield area. Yeah? A guy that can pick up the ball, spin his man, drive forward, create chances. Yeah? And yes, sometimes he has his off days, but more or less all the time he's on job. He's on job every single game, yeah? So a player of Camavinga's quality shouldn't be scared, oh, he has to play left back because, oh, Mendy's out, or Fran Garcia isn't of that caliber to play in a big Champions League game. So what are we doing here? Literally, it's really annoying to think that a team of Real Madrid's quality, the standards of this club, can't go and reinforce certain positions for this season. Atletico Madrid have done it, so why can't Real Madrid do it? Yeah? And it's just really frustrating. Sometimes I look at Perez and sometimes he just looks like he's just, you know, buying his time, waiting for the next big project to come through. Yeah? Like, for example, Bellingham, obviously, last year. So there's certain things that I really have to address, and it may sound harsh. I may be, sounding harsh against every single part of this team, from Florentino Perez to Ancelotti to Mbappe to Vini to whoever's taking the smoke at that time. Yeah, and I really want to see Real Madrid in a position where the depth of this squad is really, really strong. Yes, we have Modric on the bench. I know we have Modric on the bench, yeah? But he's not the same caliber that he used to be. He's not the same player that he used to be, And Modric is coming towards the end of his career, so that's going to need replacing. These kind of players, I know Brahim Diaz is there. I know Brahim Diaz is unreal as a footballer. He's more of an impact sub for me, yeah? So those are the kind of players that we need to bring into this squad. And we also need to bring in players that's going to compete for this starting 11. That's who we need to bring in, yeah? Yes, the striker's position is filled. But naturally, is there a replacement for Vini? Naturally, is there a replacement for Rodrigo on the right-hand side? Is there? Because Arda Güler and Brahim Diaz, missed out their chance pretty much to start in this team behind Dani Ceballos last game. Yeah? So, I don't know what's going on. I do not know what's going on. There's just problems all over the place. And if this carries on throughout the season, if we don't reinforce in the winter transfer window, and I'm talking early here, yeah, I'm talking really early, because if we don't reinforce in that winter transfer window, there's going to be problems and that the business end of the season, where we have 10 games to go, and we're probably going to be in the Champions League, we're probably going to be in Copa del Rey, and we're probably going to be in La Liga, yeah, if we get anywhere near the end of those competitions, yeah, and we're looking at Barcelona, and they're kicking on really well. They have a very good obviously string of games. They've won all their first games, and I want Real Madrid to do the same. I want Real Madrid to kick on after this international break and go on winning runs left, right and centre in Copa del Rey, in La Liga, in Champions League, because Real Madrid are that team. But if we don't have reinforcements in the positions that we need, then we're not going to be that team. We're not going to be that team, because there's certain positions that I'm just looking at, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good, because if Valverde's out, oh my God. If Valverde is out of this team, we would have major flaws in that midfield area. Yes, Tchouameni, Camavinga can play together, but Valverde is the guy. Camavinga is the guy. Tchouameni on his game is the guy. Any one of those three out, we are going to be in a catastrophic place, honestly, as a team. And the fans, I think they feel my worries. They do feel my worries in its entirety, because they look at their bench and they're like, yeah, we have impact subs that can change the face of a game, yeah? And I'm waiting for Bellingham to come back, because I see that we're missing him, and we don't have a natural replacement for Bellingham, a natural replacement who's that really tall, physical midfielder, a really big presence in that midfield, yeah, that can pick up the ball, drive forward, and create the opportunities, like I said in the beginning, for the wingers and for the striker. So I don't know, man. There's a lot of different worries and a lot of different issues, and I'm just looking at Florentino Perez and I'm saying, you need to rethink your strategy on this big man. I love Florentino Perez for bringing us all this success, yeah, over, the last decade. It's been absolutely fantastic to watch. Trophy after trophy after trophy, Champions League after Champions League after Champions League. But sometimes those runs come to an end, guys, yeah? And I think Perez needs to rethink the strategy, because yes, we do have a young team. I do agree we have a young team, yeah? When we look at the front three, all pretty much in their prime. When we look at the midfield, Tchouameni, Camavinga, Bellingham, Valverde, all in their prime. We have an amazing team, but can we bring in the right players to compete for those starting 11 places, or be a fucking great replacement when it's needed? When they're injured, when they're out, and then a player can replace them instantly without having to think, without having to go to different lengths to trying different combinations here, try different combinations there. No, we have our starting 11. For me, that's Valverde, Tchouameni, and Bellingham. The front three, Mbappe, Vini, Rodrigo. Yeah, the back four, Dani Carvajal, Militao, Rudiger, and Mendy, and in goal, Courtois. We have that starting level. We know who they are. Yeah. Yes, the attacking midfielder position is decent. We have Arda Güler, we have Brahim Diaz that can fill in that spot for Bellingham, but Ancelotti hasn't thought it through really in the last few games, trying different combinations. Brahim Diaz on the right wing, or, you know, Arda Güler sitting there and sometimes drifting off to the right, coming a little bit deeper, receiving the ball from the midfielders. Like, there's a lot of different things, a lot of different combos, but we need a starting 11 and we need a sure team that's going to bring us trophies and bring us success this season. That's it, 100%, and reinforcements that can fill in their spots and really bring justice to that position. Outright, yeah? And Perez needs to think of it. This winter, you need to think of it deeply because, like I said, Mendy's injury scare, Dani Ceballos is out. I don't know how long for in its entirety, but he's out. So, yeah, we need reinforcements. I'm not the biggest fan like I've done Dani Ceballos, like I said earlier in this video, but you know what? He's a part of the team. He's a team player. He does his stuff sometimes on the pitch, and sometimes he does great, and sometimes he's done poorly, like he did obviously on the weekend. So, I don't know. We need to rethink it. Perez needs to rethink it. Ancelotti needs to give him some suggestions, some ideas of some players that can, you know, bolster this squad to its max potential. Yeah, and that's it pretty much, guys. Well, thanks so much for joining, guys. Much appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to this video, like also the video, and we'll see you next time on Madrid Fan TV. A la Madrid. Take care.